Welcome back to the show. Yeah. I knew this would happen. A lot of salty Stewies out there. And that's fine. I knew this would happen, man. You say one thing about LeBron James fans just go crazy. They just take everything out of perspective, and how dare you talk about LeBron James. I get it. I totally understand. That's your favorite player, and you love LeBron. I get it. But I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil. All right? I am going to tell the truth and shame the devil. And this is a common theme with LeBron. When we used to do First Take, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, we used to do First Take back in the day. You know, Skip Bayless used to always say this crazy shit. He'd always used to have like a particular player or whatever that he had something against. And usually it would be against one of the top players. Like he always had this running thing with Terrell Owens. And he also had this running thing with LeBron James. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And me, just like any rational person, would always defend LeBron. But Skip's number one thing that he used to say about LeBron James is a front runner. And if you don't know what a front runner is, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, if you don't know what a front runner is somebody that basically when things are going good, you know, they shine, you know. But the minute things start going awry, you know, they start to struggle and they have, you know, all these different issues. They can't see clearly and they don't perform under pressure. All right? They perform under pressure, or they perform when there's no pressure. When there's pressure, you know, there's an issue. And I keep giving these disclaimers because y'all always take things and y'all run with it. And people listening to the show and listening to me. No, what I'm saying to you is LeBron James is a phenomenal basketball player. For the last couple of weeks, I've talked about his greatness. I've said the man is one of my top 5 basketball players of all times. What I'm saying to you is LeBron is a constant theme with LeBron James, okay, where he goes in the tank, where he has, once in a while, he has these issues where his confidence seems like it's shaken, okay? And the Cavaliers need somebody to step up. And if you look at what happened last year in the NBA Finals, you look at what happened in Game 3 the other night where they needed a bucket, and LeBron James just couldn't hit the backside of a barn once again. His confidence was shaken. If you look at last night, okay, when LeBron missed his first 4 or 5 shots in the game, instantly, Tyronn Lue was like, let's get a ball to Kyrie. Let's just get a ball to Kyrie. Let's get out of the way. Me and the wife was watching the game last night, and it may have been 3, 4, 5 times down the court. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. It may have been 3, 4, 5 times down the court. Every time they come down, the Cavaliers would just clear out. Like the entire team, the other 4 starters would just all move to a corner of the court so that their men could come follow them. And it could be Kyrie isolated against just his man, or maybe some of the defenders would play off their men and try to give a little bit of help. But they knew that if they needed a bucket, that the only way they were going to get it at that time was through Kyrie Irving. All I'm saying is respect Kyrie Irving. Kyrie took over in the second half and finished with 42 points despite playing on a tender ankle. LeBron James did have 34, and the Cleveland Cavaliers moved within 1 win and an almost inevitable third title, or third date in the NBA Finals with the Golden State Warriors. LeBron James got into foul trouble. Irving was forced to do more than ever, and he delivered last night once again, scoring 19 points in less than 5 minutes. In 33 and 19-minute stretch. That's that portion of the game that I was just talking about where every time they came down the court, like the rest of the teammates playing with Kyrie at that time on the floor were just all basically huddled into one corner away on the opposite end of where Kyrie was at so that they could just give him some space so he can create. And that's what they did last night, scoring 19 points in less than 5 minutes and 33 in a 19-minute stretch. Irving made 6 layups, 2 3-pointers, and a free throw in a span of 4 minutes and 48 seconds. That's right. He capped his blistering 19-point outburst with 3 in the final seconds of the quarter and celebrated at midcourt pretending to put 2 pistols up in the air like the great Butch Johnson of the Dallas Cowboys back in the day. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, pops from Friday. Kevin Love had 17 points, 17 boards. Ball award to Kevin Love, who are now 11-1 in this postseason after getting the win last night, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Avery Bradley scored 19. Jay Crowder had 18 for Boston. Here's a quote. In the back of my mind, I thought, they can't tie up this series, he said, talking about Kyrie Irving. We can't go back to Boston tied 2-2. We need everything tonight. And that man gave it. The 42 points were a career playoff high for Kyrie Irving, who scored 41 in Game 5 of last year's finals. Cleveland improved to 35-5 against the Eastern teams in the playoffs since 2015. Let me back up a little bit. Remember, last year, in Game 5 of last year's finals, he scored 41 points. That was one of the games I just talked about in the last segment where LeBron didn't have it. And when they deferred to Kyrie, when they needed to get a bucket, they went to Kyrie. It was Game 5 last year. And I believe in Game 6 as well, he went ham too. J.R. Smith and his wife Jewel brought their daughter home after more than 5 months in the hospital following premature birth. Smith posted photos in an Instagram account of the couple leaving Hillcrest Hospital last night. Congratulations to J.R. Smith. Beautiful story. So it was a great night for J.R. Smith last night as he gets to bring his baby girl home. And one last note as far as playing last night, Darron Williams, he played 18 minutes in game last night in the game after sustaining an injury in Game 3. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So Cavaliers now take charge of the series once again. Last night was very, very touch and go. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Last night, the Boston Celtics, man, really, really outplayed the Cleveland Cavaliers for most of that game last night. I mean, they played phenomenal without their best scorer. I'm going to tell you, this Brad Stevens guy is coaching a hellified series, man. He's doing a great job. And they don't have the players. I've said this a lot. They just don't have the players to really be in a contest. Technically with the Cleveland Cavaliers. But they found ways, man. They have found ways to stay competitive, not just competitive, to be at a point where they actually have a chance to win these last couple of games. And he's doing a fantastic job. There's nothing you can say against him, the job that he's doing coaching the Boston Celtics. What are your thoughts? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Great win last night for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Maybe LeBron James can get out of, this little funk that he's been in, even though, once again, he got 30-plus points last night. In times where they needed baskets, they went to Kyrie Irving. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. From Big John B in the chat room on Spreaker, he says, this is the song Doug heard when the quiet guy said he was going to do the deed. Oh. Yeah, that pretty much was the song. And that's a true story. And I think the main guy that I was telling you about in the story that I work with, I think that guy may be listening to the show right now. And he'll remember exactly the night that I'm talking about. This is very odd for me. Like, I didn't know what was going on. Listen, I'm a little country boy, man. For the most part, I guess you could say sheltered my entire life. I don't know anything about doing deeds and whatnot. Like, you have to understand. You have to be from the low country to understand the way that we thought about the cats from Charleston when we were growing up. Like, they were just on a different level. And it's still the same way today. I remember one time, it was a time where we used to go to this little movie theater, for my people listening from the low country, used to call the Fox Theater off of Rivers Avenue in downtown Charleston. And it was a normal thing every weekend. So them cats from downtown Charleston, the to jump and stomp somebody to sleep. Yeah. Where they would stomp somebody to sleep. And so one particular weekend, my homeboy got caught down there, and they were about to jump him. Somehow he escaped them. He broke loose from them and ran across a 5-lane highway. Didn't even look. And he survived to tell about it. But that's the way it was back during those days, man. From Raiders for Life, that's the same junk Skip Bayless was peddling last night about LeBron. Doug, you are Skip Bayless today. I don't know if Raider for Life posted that comment before I mentioned how when we were doing First Take, Skip Bayless used to always call LeBron James a front runner. I don't know if you posted that before or not. Nobody's trying to be Skip Bayless. I just brought that up as far as a bookmark in talking about LeBron James and some of the problems that he's been having, that he's had throughout his career for the most part. Now remember, I continue to give this disclaimer, but I have to keep it real. I have to tell the truth and shame the devil, okay? If what I described last night is not fact, let me know. Let me know. Did they not go to Kyrie Irving when they needed to score? When they were down by 12, 13, 14, 15 points? Did they not look for Kyrie Irving? Did they not do the same thing in Game 3 when LeBron James only went for 11 points? That's not a lie. And I know, once again, y'all are very sensitive whenever anything says anything about your favorite player or somebody that you feel like that the media is picking on or what. Nobody's picking on LeBron James. I don't do that. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I don't do that. But I call it like I see him. All right? And if you can disagree with me that wasn't the case last night in Game 3 of this series, I'd like to hear from you. Give me a call, 404-382-0338. There's nothing. There's not a knock against LeBron James. It's just a fact. And yes, Skip Bayless did used to call this cat a front runner. I never call him a front runner. I just use that as a point of reference. I never call LeBron James a front runner. What I'm finding out, man, you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I love the Stewies, man. I love y'all, man. Without you, there would be no me. I say that every single day when I do the show. But what I'm finding out about the Stewies is a lot of y'all are very, very sensitive. No. Let me take a call. Thank you for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
This is Big Apple Bastard.
Oh, good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Good morning, Big Apple Bastard. So let me guess. You're going to call up here and defend LeBron and why you picking on LeBron. Is that what you're going to do today, Big Apple Bastard?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and do it.
And if you don't mind, I want to get a hold of that trivia if you're doing that today.
Yes, sir. We are doing it. I haven't had a chance to mention that yet, but today is a Woman Wednesday, but it's also a What's the Answer Wednesday. So we're asking you trivia questions when you call the show. But go ahead with your call.